Hello.
Hi.
You have facial hair now.
I know, well, you know what? I have not shaved in like, I don't know, about three weeks or something. My brother is handicapped. I'm a caretaker for him. He he took a fall about a month ago, and he can only use his left hand. He has cerebral palsy. I just said that. Um, and he broke his femur and his hip, and
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, he had to have two surgeries, and because we took him to one hospital and we had to transfer him to another because that's where his orthopedic surgeon has rights to do surgery at his or privileges, not rights. And they were going off of the CT scan that they did at the original hospital. But since he was on heavy opiates for the pain, morphine, he has a propensity to get bowel blockages. So they did another CT scan to check for bowel blockages, and thank God that, well, God, whatever, the universe, whatever you want to call it, the radiologist was very, very good radiologist, and he noticed that he actually had not just broken his femur, that he had broken his hip too. We would have never known it had this radiologist not seen seen it. And so they went in through the knee originally to fix his femur. They put a rod in and they put a plate to splint it so he wouldn't have to go into a cast because he's incontinent. He has to wear Depends, and a cast would have really messed that up. And so he had to have a second surgery within a week. He had two surgeries within a week, and I've been getting like an hour of sleep here, an hour of sleep there.
You froze. Oh, you froze for me for a moment. I didn't hear everything you said because you froze. But yeah, he got fixed. Yeah. Yeah, shit grows on your face. Summer soon. I think, is that your phone? Was that your phone? Yeah. But the brakes, were they at least clean? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, his body must be pretty weak at this point.
And um, to allow the drainage of all the blood that was coming out um, to to drain down into his body because he was getting encephalitis, which is just basic term for uh, um, inflamed brain. Itis means like
Oh,
inflamed.
yeah. Kids. I heard that kids can get that.
Yeah, and
Great.
we had that taken out about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was all calcified and broken up. And he almost died during that one. He almost dies basically because the last 2 surgeries ago, he's had like 6 surgeries in the last like 3 years.
Yeah, but how is his mind? Is he
Well,
functioning?
the last seizure he had was very massive, and I'm schizoaffective, so genetically we're predisposed to, I guess, psychotic features. Like I don't take my medicine all the time, and I don't like I see like I call them the shadow people, like on in my periphery, like when
Yeah, I've heard about
I
those.
they disappear and they whisper things, and I know they're whispering bad things about me, but I can't quite hear what they're saying. But like I'm logical enough to know that they're not real, and I try to ignore them as best I can. But sometimes I have full fledged hallucinations of real people, like just like I'm talking to you right now. And the one I have all the time is this girl named Rachel that I know, and I've found that if I just succumb to it and just have the conversation with the person, it's easier than trying to fight it. Because
Yeah.
eventually it'll go away. I mean, I know it's fake, so it's.
I remember one time I was really sick. I had very high fever,
Mm-hmm.
and I had conversations with people around me. I thought they were talking.
My grandmother, when she gets fever, she hallucinates too. She thought her ex-husband was trying to kill her because he was outside hammering something, and she thought he was shooting a gun. But my grandmother has the same thing when she gets a high fever. But anyway,
Yeah.
the last seizure he had sent him into a permanent state. Well, permanent. It's been like this for a year of paranoid schizophrenia, and we found a great neuropsychiatrist to see him, and he's a very kind man, and he knows my psychiatrist. My psychiatrist suggested him, and he takes my brother's on Seroquel, which is what I take. Well, I'm supposed to take. I don't take it anymore unless I have really bad episodes, then I take it, because it just kind of steals your soul away from you, kind of soul, steals your, I don't know.
Numbs you down or something.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? It steals your.
Yeah, I
who
haven't
you
tried
are.
it, but I have the idea.
Yeah. Are you on medications at all?
No,
Yeah, it's best not to be.
I have no need for them.
I've
And like those hallucination, it's not has been only like a couple of times in my life. It's not a really reoccurring thing, and it's just random conversation. Like I thought my boyfriend was saying, "Do you want chocolate?" And I'm sitting there, "Yes, I want chocolate." And he's like, "What? Who are you talking to? What? You said that?" No, I didn't.
my mother. Last time I was hospitalized, I've been put in a psych ward again, like 6 or 7 times since 2004. And I always try to get out early. I always voluntarily go in because I know I need to, but I always try to get out early and end up bringing in a judge to basically legally commit me. And they call it here in America, or at least in Virginia, in our state, a temporary detention order is called a TDO. So they call it being TDO'd. But I haven't been hospitalized since June of 2014, and that's when things started getting really bad with my brother, and I started becoming his caretaker because we can't keep an aide to take care of him because he weighs like 170 pounds, and I'm like between 138 and 144, depending on how much I'm eating. And he's very difficult to take care of, so we're constantly training new aides, and then they leave after like a week or a month. So we're constantly training, which means we're doing the work for them, basically all the work, the brunt of the work. So we decided just to quit with trying to get the aides and just do the work ourselves because it's easier, just because we're doing it anyway. And
Yeah.
it's better to do the work without having a stranger sitting in your house for 6 hours, just sitting there.
Yeah, pointless.
Yeah, exactly. We had a really good one for a while, but he turns out he was an alcoholic. He was doing really well, but he started drinking again, and he came to work with us a couple times drunk. We let it slide, the first couple times because he kind of become a part of our family. He was with us for like a year, and he became a friend to my brother. But we just had to cut him loose because the quality of care was going down, and we were afraid that he might drop my brother, just because he might be too drunk one night. And like one night he showed up like at 1 a.m. when he wasn't on shift, trying to get into our house because we would let him spend the night all the time because he'd work at night and work in the morning, and we trusted him. And
So he thought he could just come and sleep over or whatever.
yeah, we had the guest bedroom, and we let him sleep there so he wouldn't have to go home because he lived about 45 minutes away. So he'd leave at like 9 or 10 p.m. and he'd have to be back at like 7 a.m. So we just let him sleep in the guest bedroom, because he became like a family friend of ours. But he eventually became a liability to us because of his alcoholism, and so we had to let him go, which is sad, but
It had to be done.
huh?
Yeah, it had to be done.
Yeah, and he got this girl pregnant, and he has a new son, and he's living in Virginia Beach now at a recovery place. I hear he's doing better, but he's kind of I think we hurt his feelings a lot because we let him go and we turned him away that one night because he was just wasted and he tried to like put the moves in on my mother. My mother's like 63. This guy's like 33, and my mother put,
What?
my mother put up with it for a while, but we were just like, you gotta leave, you gotta leave, and he wouldn't leave, and I threatened to call the cops on him, and that's the last we've heard of him, and it's kind of sad because he actually is a good person. He's just got a lot of problems. Like, I mean, I've got a lot of problems, so like I feel for him, but you know, when you're charged with taking care of a helpless person who only has the use of his left hand, and you're a drunk, and you might drop him, and you know,
Yeah, that doesn't work.
yeah. So, you know, what is your name again? I mean, I've only come here like so. I haven't been here in a while because of just this whole issue with my brother, and
Yeah,
honestly, it was getting pretty contentious around here for a while, and it kind of turned me off a little bit. Um, I I come here just to talk. I don't really care about talking about MBTI shit like all the time. It's kind of, I know that's what this is kind of for, but I
yeah,
come
but that's not all we do, you know.
I come here just to blow off steam and to be with talk to like-minded people, and it got to the point where people were just trying to type each other and argue about it, and I'm always up for a good debate, but it's you can only talk about MBTI, socionics, and for so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
before
but
it gets old.
it goes in waves. People talk about that for a period of time, then they found something else.
Yeah.
Well,
What was your name again? I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names.
Susanna.
What's that?
Susanna.
Susanna. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Are you? Do you have Facebook? Are you on my Facebook?
Yeah, we are on Facebook.
Okay. I don't. I don't really talk a lot to people on Facebook. I use it as mainly a political. I know.
What? Political? In what way?
I use it to sound off my political views, which I know is getting old for everyone, but you know, politics is my passion. It has been since I was like 4 years old, and I was a very strange child. And my dad took me to vote in the 1984 election, in which he voted for Reagan. Um, and I he let me pull the little lever to vote for him, and I was like, and as a 4 year old, it was odd, but I understood the power of a vote, and I got into politics when I was 4 years old, and it's been my passion ever since. I watch the news all day, and I'm not interested in anything else. It sucks. I wish I had more interest. My psychiatrist says I need more interest. And I used to be I go into it, but I've already gone into it twice to tell 2 people about it, and it's a long story. So
Yep, that's cool, man.
yeah, basically, my brother is handicapped. He had a fall, broke his femur and his hip, and I've been getting about an hour of sleep for like the last month, and that's why I look like trash right now.
That's cool, man.
But Josh, the eye thing, you should ask for extra pictures where you can see both eyes.
Yeah, when I talk to her next, I'm going to kind of ask about that. But we don't care if she has an eye issue, because either way, she needs a home, and
Yeah, but everything should be disclosed when you pay full price for her.
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean that's absolutely true. But we're not worried about that. We're worried about filling the hole in my mother's heart, because my mom she's still going through a divorce. She was married to my dad for 38 years, and he's a fucking emotional abuser. He's like the kind of person that love is like a transaction. It's like he paid for everything, and I never wanted or needed for anything, but like it's like his family is like, if you do this, you have to do this for me, or I'm going to withhold love from you because I've paid for your life or whatever. Everything's like transactional. Your emotions are transactional, and I don't know. But this dog was like my mom's best friend, and she was very receptive to when my mom needed emotional help. She was the first to jump up whenever my mom would cry, or she like instinctively knew when my mom needed emotional like comforting. It was really hard to let go of her, but we needed to because she was suffering, and the only thing that can fill the hole of a dying animal or a dead animal is a new one.
Yeah, you love her anyway, but still.
Yeah. She we also have a Maltipoo who's 15 who acts like she's like 5 years old still. She'll probably die of a heart attack just in her sleep one night, but like he's like spry as shit. And we have a Boston Terrier who's about 8, who's fucking crazy. We love her to death. She's got like bug eyes. She's insane. She's an insane little dog. And she's fun.
Yeah, but that's how it should be.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna step out for a cigarette. I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Yeah, I'll go over to the other room. You can just come there after. There's more people there.
Oh, okay. Because usually people were coming over here, so I'm gonna just leave this room. I'll come back into the other one when I come back.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.